Hey guys, and welcome to Hearts of Iron 4 with the Ironclad 1.6 update, and also the Man the Guns DLC, which is a lot about Naval. We'll see if we can get into that in this game. I hope we can. I am going to play as Spain in this scenario. We're going to play as Gathering the Storm, January 1st, 1936. Let's go ahead and select that, and let me select Spain. Spain is down there. And, well, there's a lot of new things in this update, actually. One of the things that you can change is how the AI behaves during the game. So we could have a democratic Germany if we wanted to. I don't think I'm going to do that. Is there anybody else I want to change? Italy? That's our neighbor. Now, I want to play as a nationalist Spain, so fascist, and that would be our friend, Italy, but I'm not going to change them, I don't think. We also have France, that's our neighbor to the north, but let's not change that. What else do we got? We have, well, I don't think any of these. I don't want to change them. Let's go with the default for this playthrough. There's a lot of changes anyway, so I think that will be fine. Alright, here is Spain. We start January 1st, obviously, 1936, and Spain has a few divisions and ships and air force, but we're going to have the Civil War coming soon. It will come sometime after February in 1936. It could be, well, on average, I think it fires about 150 days after that. So we have a little bit of time, about 6 months, but not that much time. And we may not even have that much. So let's take a look at our focus. Right now, we have Manuel Alzana. He is in charge. He's our figurehead. Democratic is what we are right now. The IR party is Democratic. 47% support that. Fascist, they have a lot of support there. There's a little bit of communist as well. Now, national focus. Spain has the default national focus tree, and, well, I'm sure that's going to change at some point. But for now, we have this. And I'm thinking, considering we're going to have the Civil War coming on soon, political effort might be good. If we pick this one, 120 points what we get in 70 days, which, by the way, if you change your mind, you can now cancel this, which is long overdue, I think. Anyway, if we do that, when the war fires, we're going to take the nationalist side, and then Franco will come into play. And if you look here, there is a chief of army here. Francisco Franco is a genius. He gives us 15% on division attack. That would be very helpful. So I'm hoping I can get that. Alright, moving right into research. We have 3 slots right now. We can get up to, I think it's 5 on the regular tree with the right national focus. Where do we go? Well, I think we're going to go for, well, this one here is a given, I think. 2% research speed. The sooner you get this, the better it is. I'm going to research that, 80 days. And then I think they changed a little bit here as well. They have done a lot of changes, obviously. We'll take a look at that later. But I think it wasn't quite like this before. But anyway, we'll do the 3% research later. For now, we have 2 more slots we can use. In industry, we have the production efficiency, 10%. That's always good, right? You get stuff done quicker, produced quicker. Or this one. Construction speed, 10%. Producing additional buildings here, right? Yeah. And I do want this one. The sooner we can get more buildings, more civilian industries out there, the better it is. So I'm going to go for this one, I think. And then one more. Well, we might as well take this one, right? I think I want to take this one anyway. Now, with the new update, we also have fuel to keep in mind. That's brand new. And we're not making hardly any fuel. Daily gain 48. See that up there? Well, if I send a sub-fleet out just to harass the enemy, it's going to burn more than that a day, so we got to do something about it. We can trade, because fuel is created from oil, any surplus oil you have. And right now, we don't make any oil, obviously, but we could trade with somebody to do that right away. What if I do that now? United States, so we're going to have a trade route to the west. They have a lot of oil. Let's go for that. Start adding that on right now, because later, if we're going to be fascist joining the Axis, we're not going to be able to trade with the United States, at least. And it might be dangerous out there on the ocean. So let's go ahead and tell them we want, what do we want? 1 factory, and then we get 8 oil. Yeah, let's do that. And then we'll see how much that will convert. We'll see that in... well, not yet. We have to start the game to actually see that. That's our fuel situation. That's going to be used for ships or for Air Force. We're burning, flying around and sailing out. So if we don't move our ships or Air Force, we're not going to have to worry about it. But obviously we want to use them, so we'll see how that goes. Okay, next up, civilian industries. How are we looking? Well, by the way, there's a lot more map modes now you can select, which is really good, and you can also customize them where they should go. I put up states on F9, for instance, as I think I want to see that more often. By the way, this is my first real time I'm playing the game, so I'm just pretending I know what I'm doing here, okay? So here we have our... states, and when the Civil War breaks out, the way it works is that we get this area right here, basically, and the Republicans get this area right here, the Communists basically here. So if we build anything, let's make sure we build it in a spot that's not going to get overrun or already be owned by the Communists. We're going to win, obviously, the war, but we don't want to let them have control of it if we don't have to. So we can go to, there's a new map mode, I think it's new anyway, the infrastructure map mode. You can see here, infrastructure 6, and infrastructure is pretty good. I think I like that a lot. There's less here, 5, yeah. The more green it is, the better it is. Yep, so it's 6 mainly, yeah, it's everywhere, except Catalonia has 7, not 2. So if we go into our production or construction screen here, we have a couple of factories available, 8. So we can build on 1. And I'm debating, should I, if I select infrastructure here, you can see we have, that's a nice area, but that's going to be owned by the Republicans. I don't want to build there. It's out of 10 everywhere, obviously, and we're sitting at 6. What if we start somewhere 3 out of 6? We can have 6 here. What if we increase in Galicia? Let's do that. The other option is to build a factory right away. But if you build up your infrastructure, it's going to build faster. So I'm kind of debating, is it worthwhile? Here we have 1 out of 5, 2 out of 5, 3 out of 6. Yeah, I mean, I have to go for that if I'm going to do it. 2 out of 8, that's where we really want to build it, isn't it? We want to build up our infrastructure over there, but there's no point doing that now. Now, we have to wait until we win the war. So should I build it up? We can add 3 more factories here. Is it worthwhile building 4 more infrastructure? And I'm sure some of you say, no, it's not worth it. But they're pretty quick. How quick are they? It's going to be until March 11th to get the first one, using all 8 factories there. The other option is to do a civilian factory, and that takes till July 31st. So I'm thinking I'll do it. Yeah, let's go for it. Build 3 there, so we come up to 9. We'll build 4. So we're done with our civilian factories. Okay, that means now we're moving on to the military factories. And with the new update, we have a lot of different, a lot of changes to the naval game. And we have a bunch of ships being constructed here. They are not useful, I think. There's no naval capacity, no dockyards available for them. Let's cancel these. It's not going to hurt. And then I can show you what I know about how the naval system works. I'm going to keep these 3 going because they're already going. We have a little bit of a green bar there, so we're going to get them soon. So the way that works with naval, before you had certain ships you can build. Now you have hull types. Those hull types are blueprints that you can use to create ships from. So if we open up the build ships menu here, you can see that anything that's in a gray background, that's a hull type. That is not a real ship. But if it's a blue background, it's something we have built from that hull type. And we can see here, anything in blue goes with the black one below it. So here we have the España class. Heavy, it's a battleship. It is built from this early heavy ship hull. So there's that. We have a Canarias class and a Príncipe Alfonso class. One is a heavy cruiser, and one is a light cruiser. Both built from a cruiser hull. So depending on what you do, they get classified in different ways. So anyway, we have a couple of different models here, and I'll show you in in the research tree how that works later on. But for now, I don't think I need to do anything with them, right? We're going to leave our dockyards. We only have 4. Let them be, and let them just continue. And we'll focus on the Civil War. And when the time comes, when the war is done, then we can do something. We can decide how we're best going to contain the British. Yeah, we'll figure it out then. So for now, we have 7 factories that we're going to do something with. Right now we're doing infantry equipment, support equipment, and towed artillery. I want to keep doing that. We are needing a couple here, 100 for upgrades. You know what? Infantry equipment. We're going to need a ton of that for the war. And I'm not going to be able to wait until we get better equipment before producing it. It's just going to take way too long. So how are we doing? We need a lot of resources. Are we doing okay? We are extracting, yeah, we have tons of steel. And if we go to the resource menu, and I'm still a little bit shaky on where everything is. Where's the resource? Oh, it is on over here, isn't it? Oh, it's right here. I'm looking at it. So we have sprinkled throughout. I think we're going to own this one here, 24 steel. We got to be careful. We want to make sure we keep owning that. They will own the aluminum, the Republicans, and steel down here. We'll have some tungsten over here. And by the way, Portugal, look at all the tungsten. I think that's being used when you build armored units. So we'll have to keep that in mind. Portugal later on. So I don't think I need anything else. So right now we're getting that 8 oil for 1 factory, so that's good. And we're doing everything I need to do here. For now, we'll see how it goes as the game goes on. Looking at our templates for land units, well, we're not going to train anything right now. Here's what I want to do. I don't want to kind of game it before the game starts. So all I'm going to do is, yes, I'm going to do this. I'm going to put everybody in one army. And let me select everybody here. And we also have a couple units down here on the Canary Islands. There. We'll put them there, and we'll start exercising with them. And that will give us a little bit of army experience. But it will be experience also for the Republican player later on. So I'm not going to be like, I think you can build a division, you can let him sit here, don't place him, and when the war fires, you lose half the equipment, and he gets half. I don't want to mess with that. Let's leave him like that. I think that's going to work. And then when the game starts, we'll figure out what we're going to do at that time. We're basically just now, playing the game as if we were going to have the democratic Spain without a civil war, right? Do I need to do anything else? No, I don't think so. Everything else is looking fine. I don't think we have any decisions here that we really want to do. Propaganda, no, nothing like that. Obviously, it is good, from what I understand, to get rid of this civilian economy. There's nothing good about this, right? Consumer goods factories, 35%. So a lot of our civilian factories are unavailable to us. And we also get a reduction. It's bad. But if you go to war economy, 20% consumer goods factory instead of 35, and we get a boost. So let's save up for that. 150 in these political power. Remember, we're doing that for our effort, our national focus too. So I think that's all I want to do. I'm going to go on speed 5. And we're going to see what happens. We have no division in basic training. That's true. I'm not doing that. I mean, I guess I could put somebody in basic training. But I think the problem is, we have a lot of shortfall here. Everybody needs to be upgraded. A lot of deficit anyway, and I don't want to get a new unit in if that's what's going to happen. Yeah, look at that. 2,500. Reinforcement, 25 here. So I think that's the right number. Let's see here. Yep, that's looking good. And very slowly will we get these ships. Yeah, well, this destroyer hull here, this destroyer that's coming out, Jupiter class, is going to be available this year. I mean, we might not even have a war until that time. It's possible. I'm going to let it play the game run a little bit here. We will get an option here to decide who's going to be in power. And we have the option of switching to either communist or fascist, but that fires in February sometime. historically, so we're going to get that option very shortly. And later on, during the war, I'll probably skip ahead in a few places, so you don't have to wait for that. But here it is, Spanish election of 1936, February 16th. So the Second Republic has proven to be a fragile existence. Manuel Azaña can be president with the backing of the Popular Front, communists, basically. But you also have the right wing, and that's us, the right wing, right? So do we want to unite the conservative groups? We're not going to take control of Spain, so to speak. Like, it's not going to be... We're not going to avoid a civil war. We'll take control, but not avoid a civil war anyway. But we'll do that. There's really no point doing this, changing communism and so forth. So let's unite there, and let's take a look. Different flag, and now we have Franco in charge. And I think he is available here. He's willing. If I have 150 political points, and we're getting close now. We only have about 23 days before that happens. As you can see here, we have 108 days of... what do we have? That's it. We will fill our fuel capacity in 3.3 months. See that? It only lasts... We only have so much capacity. We have to build silos in our states if we want to do something. So if the war doesn't fire, we have to do something. We have to cancel that... or we have to build something. We could, I guess, do that now. Do we really want to do that, though? So silos are down... Well, I can't even do it. I need to have a fuel storage technology. But let's go ahead and wait for that. Decisions available. Let's wait for that until we max it out. 88 days. So we got the political effort now. That's good. I don't think I want to go down. I could go down to this one here. We're fascists. We get democracy support will be reduced. That's good because I think that's going to impact the more your ruling party is popular, then you get the bonuses across the board. So you want that. Really, it's actually a good thing to get. Completion time 70 days. Could go for that, but I'm thinking I want to go for industrial effort, right? Because that's going to directly impact what we do in industry tab in the research area, right? Yeah, let's go for the industrial effort. And also down here, if you look, we can build a military factory in Valencia, Grenada, and I don't really remember where they are. Are they going to be on our side or on the Republican side? But either way, it's good to get this one going, I think. Not an expert, obviously, as I already said. We can modify the government, and do we want to do that? 190 points. We can bring in Francisco Franco here. He's our supreme leader, and we can get him going now. But there's really no point doing it just yet, right? We'll wait. Let's hang on to the points. If we do, though, what happens when the war fires? He is not going to support a communist regime. Maybe I do want to get it now. Yeah. Would that be realistic? Yeah, he probably would be. He would be helping out. But would he be chief of army too? He probably would be. We'll put him in charge. So 15% to attack. Oh, they're militarizing the Rhineland, Germany now. Yeah, they're going to go for that, aren't they? Close to the border with France. It's up here, right? This area right over here. Yep. So they're going to be going for that. We're going to see the things that happen during the war, obviously, as the game goes on. We won't be involved right away, but hopefully shortly after. Well, we might be. Well, I shouldn't say that. Well, we could very well be in the war in 1939, right? Because this shouldn't take that long, the Civil War. We got the electric and mechanical engineering tech. Light attack. Oh, okay. This is new. You get the central range finding. It has to do with ships. That wasn't there before, but we get some bonuses there. And then research speed 2%. That's what we're doing it right now. Now, we can go for mechanical computing. Time to research 203 days. It's an awful long time. The war will have started for sure. Does that matter? Do we care? Anything we do here, the Republicans will get as well. So it's not like we can just jump ahead and say, oh, we're going to take the support weapons, and now they won't have it. They will also have it. 122 days. So I want to get this one. That's a good one, I think. Nothing here, I think. Artillery, this one would be good to get to, right? 122 days. Support artillery, soft attack, and motorized artillery, soft attack. Don't need that one, I don't think. But or we can go straight up for a doctrine here. And I think the superior firepower doctrine looks good to me. I think a lot of people use this one because soft attack plus 20. What was bad about that, right? In a game like this, we're a small country. Having a lot of infantry units is probably reasonable. Not so many armored units, right? So soft attack is going to be a big deal for us. Now, there are some national focuses we can do to speed up this, but 183 days. And by the way, look at that. If I spend 100 land experience points, I can bring it out to 94 days, which I don't want to do, that's for sure. Not yet, don't have it. So 183 days there. Yeah, I think I'll go for this one, though. 3% research. 203 days. We're going to have the war going before that, but I'm going to need it. As soon as we get out of the war, let's, we got to, be firing on all cylinders if we want to be able to compete. We need to bring up that, the number of factories. We need to have everything possible researched. I think, anyway. Okay, so we're going now. And I don't know how long it's going to be, actually. We're going to get this here in a few days. And that's going to be in a few days. So let me go ahead and wait for that, and I'll be right back. And we're back again. It's May 1st. And we have basic machine tools. Let's take a look at them. Production efficiency cap, plus 10. And you know how that works, right? That is over here. This cap, how fast are you producing things? So it's basically a reduction in price. I mean, I don't know how in your items, if you like to think about it that way. We're almost done here, by the way. Looks pretty good. Needed for reinforcement. Not that many, actually. So we're going to need, what is this? 41 days, 216 days, 128 days. Okay, pretty good. Anyway, so that was that. What else can we get? Well, we're working on this one. We could get a radio. Now, reinforce rate 5% doesn't sound like much, but I was reading somewhere that it makes a huge difference in how fast your units that are coming in to a fight that's already ongoing, how long it takes them to come in. Huge. So that would be good. It's nice because then you can react, to other battles. That's an option, and we know we're going to have a fight on our hands, so we could do that. This one is good. Time to research 120 days. I mean, they will get it too. We're going to need it. When I say they, I mean the communists. They're going to get it too. But maybe it's better to go for a land doctrine. Get that going. We need to get down here quickly. Not so much for the Civil War, but for later. Let's go for that. Yeah. Okay. And let's continue here. What do we have left here? How many days? A few more days there. Okay. We have a new event here. Second London Naval Treaty signed. A delegation of Britain, France, Italy, Japan, and U.S. met in December of 1935 to discuss a renewal of the first naval treaty. So that limits the number of cruisers and submarines. Yeah, it says right there. So there's a limit how many you can have. Oh, yeah, okay, that's the second. The first one was that. The second one limits battleships and aircraft carriers. So you can't have too many until you reject that. I don't know if we can reject it. I know England has it, so they can do it. If I go look at the decisions, there's nothing here. So maybe we don't have that limitation. But we're not going to have that problem anyway, to be honest. Being a smaller nation, at least for now, right? And we completed our second national focus, industrial effort. That's the one that gives us a 100% boost in research time. And that's how that changed from before. Now you get a boost in time, 100%. Instead of going the other way, where it was cut down. Okay, so we got that. That's industry. Let's see. If we go to... Well, I don't have anybody ready just yet, but it's going to be anything here. Oh, right here, yeah. So we could go for these later. We're going to do that for sure, right? What focus do we need? Now, it's May. We still don't have the war. How much time do we have? I don't know. Now, let's look here, though. Valencia and Grenada there. If we look at the states, if I press F9, that's my own custom key binding there. Valencia and Grenada. Grenada's down here. That's going to be owned by the Republicans. And Valencia, owned by the Republicans. No point getting that now, right? We're not going to do that. Hand them that. So let's wait. We're going to eventually go down here because we get extra research slots there and there. So pretty good. Army effort, though, is good. That's one we can get speeded up our land doctrine, right? I think I want to get this one. Yeah, 70 days. Well, let's go with that. And now we have a full fuel situation here. 90.7. So really no point having more. Can I cancel this one now? I can cancel that, right? So we don't need anything more. Let's just keep the factory that we have. Which, by the way, 2 more to go before we are maxed out in Lyon over here, right? Yeah, 8 now. Get up to 10, then we'll switch over to civilian factories. But I don't think we're going to have to wait that long, right? 133. When we get to 150, well, what can we do? What else can we do? And I'm not super familiar with that, but should we start? I got him here. I mean, maybe I should have gone for this one. If I switch over here, we can do it because we're a fascist, right? So if I get to 150, right, we can do it right away. Why would we not do it? Yeah, might as well, right? When we're at war, anyway, they're going to be able to take advantage of that too, the Republicans, right? Research finished. We got now the Construction 1 research. Construction speed plus 10%. Factory repair speed 10%. And now we have that option to get 100% increase. Synthetic oil sounds good, doesn't it? That's a fuel storage. Is that going to be something we need just yet? Well, that's the option then to build a storage. We don't have one. Be good to get one right away, wouldn't it? I mean, assuming I win the war, if I'm pretty confident about that, then I could go for something like this and get oil back up there after I produce one of these. And then, I mean, trade oil. And then we can just keep on filling up, right? Building fuel silo, state level 3. Okay. Yeah, I could do that. 37 days, not very long either. It's 100% that we should pick something that is much tougher to get. Like this one. It's not 1937 yet. 105 days. Well, we can go for... It's kind of a waste to do 100% on something like this. That's pretty quick anyway, right? But maybe I do want to get concentrated industry. As a small country, getting that 15% factory output, it's probably better than getting this, where you can switch... You can turn civilian industries into military industries and things like that, right? So I think that's the main benefit there. Conversion, right? And factory bomb vulnerability. Don't think I need it as much. We'll go for this one, I think. Yeah. Let's go for that. And here is the Civil War. June 25th, 1936. After the peaceful election of General Francisco Franco as President of Spain, there was hope that recent years' violent uprisings and political turmoil would be put to an end, but no. No such luck. Now they are striking back, the communists. We'll see. Are we going to be supporting the People's Army, the communists, or the nationalists? Well, the nationalists, obviously. I'm going to slow down speed now, because I don't want to mess this up. Yep. The nationalists and Republican Spain, yep, they're going to be at war. And there it is, paused now. Okay, let's take a look and see where we're at now. So we have this area right here in white, and these are the Republicans. We don't know where they are, except got a couple units here. Fortunately, and this is different from how it used to be before Man the Guns or the Ironside update, now we start on the border. I mean, it's a huge benefit. I mean, look, there's nobody there. We can walk right in. I mean, unless they're right here, and then, you know, still, it looks like a good thing to me, right? We have this enclave up there. Okay, yeah. So we can take a look. First of all, let's look and see what units we have by going to the Army Overview. Well, it's hard to tell what we have. We actually have a couple of different types of units. You can't really see that here. But if we go here and look at this one, Brigada Legionario, if we review this one, it's a very tiny infantry unit. I want to know what they are because they're not very good, right? So let's change their symbol here to the pawn because they're not very good. We also have an infantry brigade, which is not very good. 4 has an engineer company. We'll set that as a knight. And then the regular infantry unit that we have from the beginning of the game, with artillery and an 8 of them, it's good. We'll set them as the normal one. Now, when we look at the overview, you can see here what we got. We got 3 units in this war. We have a couple of regular ones, 2 mountain, 1 brigade, and then a whole bunch of these. The good thing about them is that they have very high organization. That is extremely useful. Extremely useful. Look at the Republicans here. It's tiny. They are in really bad shape, these units. Even though they're pretty strong, 8 to 12 battalions, and then they have artillery and engineers. They're not much to write home about. I am tempted to attack them. Like, this guy attacks there, this guy attacks here, this guy attacks... So the 4 of them here attack there, we attack there, just to keep them occupied. Don't let them regain that. I don't know. Maybe. We'll see how it goes. And then everybody else here, well, we're going to have to plan it out, right? We also have the Air Force. I think we didn't look at that, I don't think, but we can look at it now. We have about 30 fighter planes here. And then we have the fleet. We'll look at the fleet as well. So whatever you're going to see, we have half of the actual fleet. The Republicans are going to have the other half. Now, we do have, it looks like 2 units down here. They're not in great shape. Oh, you know why? They have low organization. It's because I was doing the training and I didn't pay attention, I think. They were already fully trained. So none of our regular units are in great shape here. Do we have 2 here? We do. So we have to bring them back home without being sunk. I'm scared. I didn't have much luck when I tried that before, when I played the game earlier. Not for this DLC, but I played it, a couple weeks ago. Didn't have much luck. I was not very good at it. They just took me out, the fleet. And we do have oil, though, don't we? How much do we have? They took half the oil, didn't they? That means they can run the fleet. I could also leave them here. Maybe I want to do that. I mean, it's a quick jump across, but they're going to sail out of here, hit that fleet. I mean, maybe if I mass everything, but it's going to cost me a fortune. I might just want to keep them here. And what do we have then? Do we have any good units? We have 1 there, 1 here, 1 mountain there, 1 there. Yeah, he has probably hit all his units here somewhere. But they're going to have poor organization, all of them. But you know what? We'll take a look at that next time, guys. So join me then with more from Hearts of Iron 4 and Man the Guns. Bye, guys.